This story takes place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. The rebellion just succeeded in their first major win against the evil Galactic Empire. During the battle, the rebellion managed to steal the secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star. Pursued by the Emperor's sinister apprentice, Princess Leia boards her starship and races home.
Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure.
Princess Leia sends all of her infantry troopers to the main boarding hall of Attentive 4, but almost all of them were destroyed by the evil Darth Vader and his Imperial stormtroopers. The remaining survivors were brutally interrogated by Vader himself.
What have you done with those plans?
Princess Leia quickly and quietly stored the plans in an astromech droid named R2-D2. R2 and his fellow droid companion C-3PO boarded an escape pod and launched onto the planet below named Tatooine. There they were captured by Jawas and sold off to the Lars homestead, home of Luke Skywalker, a young boy who has aspirations to become something more than what he is. While cleaning the two droids, Luke discovered a hidden message of Princess Leia begging for Obi-Wan Kenobi's help. Later that night, R2 ran off mysteriously. Luke and 3PO went looking for him, but found nothing. They were then attacked by Tusken Raiders. Luckily for them, they were saved by old Ben Kenobi with his scream of Great Dragon.
Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid.
After revealing himself to be the one and only Obi-Wan Kenobi, old Ben took Luke, 3PO, and R2 back to his hut. He then talks to Luke about the Clone Wars and how he was friends with his father.
I was once a Jedi Knight the same as your father.
Luke always wondered what happened to his father, as his uncle and aunt never told him what happened. He asked Obi-Wan, "How did my father die?" Obi-Wan, with a concerned look, said,
A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. He betrayed and murdered your father.
After telling Luke about the Force, he gave him his father's lightsaber.
This is a weapon of a Jedi Knight, not as clumsy or random as a blaster, an elegant weapon, but a more civilized beast.
They then watched Princess Leia's message and her beg for help to take the technical readouts of the battle station known as the Death Star to Alderaan. Obi-Wan wanted Luke to come with him to Alderaan, but Luke declined. He said he had work to do, but when he returned home, he was in shock because his aunt and uncle were murdered by the Empire. He came back to Obi-Wan, knowing his true purpose now. "I want to come with you to Alderaan and learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father." In order to get safe passage to the Alderaan system, Obi-Wan and Luke went to the Mos Eisley spaceport and into the cantina, where they hired Han Solo and Chewbacca to get them to Alderaan in the Millennium Falcon.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
They all were forced to board the Falcon quickly, as they were being chased by stormtroopers. Whilst aboard the Falcon, Obi-Wan begins training Luke in lightsaber combat and the Force. But when they arrive to the coordinates of Alderaan, they are shocked to see nothing there but rubble, all except Obi-Wan, who somewhat knows what happened. They then are sucked in by the tractor beam of the Death Star. They then manage to take the disguises of some stormtroopers and get to the control center of the hangar. From there, they learned how to shut off the Death Star's tractor beam, and Obi-Wan split up from the group. They also learned that Princess Leia is being held hostage here. With a little convincing, Luke, Han, and Chewie all go to the prisoner cell block in hopes to save the captured princess. Just narrowly saving the princess, the gang escapes into the garbage chute. Obi-Wan begins to turn off the Death Star's tractor beam, and Vader senses his old master.
I sense a presence I've not felt since.
Luke, Han, Leia, and Chewie all fight their way back to the hangar where the Falcon is being kept, as Obi-Wan Kenobi engages in lightsaber combat in an epic rematch against his former apprentice, Darth Vader. Obi-Wan finally sees his journey coming to an end as he sacrifices himself for Luke, Han, Leia, 3PO, R2, and Chewie to escape back to Yavin 4. Unknown to the gang, the Empire tracked the Falcon back to Yavin 4.
This had better work, Vader. We are taking an awful risk.
The Rebellion sends an X-Wing squadron to counter the Empire's attack with the Death Star, including Luke Skywalker.
Vader joins the fight.
I have him now.
And so does Han Solo, as Luke hones in on his powers to destroy the Death Star. Back on Yavin 4, our heroes are rewarded with medals as they have completed a massive step into taking out the evil Galactic Empire.